again, iterated integrals. This concerns multiple integrations with respect to a particular integrand. So from your differential calculus, remember there is what we called as double differentiation up to triple differentiation. Kung meron ganon, meron din sa integrals or integration calculus. Integral calculus. Double integration hanggang triple integration. Pero ang solving process ng ganitong problem or iterated integrals is from the first differential variable to the last differential variable of concern. So for instance, we have this double integration integrand. Integrate the integration of a to b with the integration of y1 to y2 of function x and y with respect to differential x and differential y. Such that we are now going to integrate this particular integrand with respect to the inner variable of the integration. So ano yung inner variable natin? That is with respect to differential of x variable, such that y is held to be as constant. So for instance, nauna naman si dy kaysa kay dx, all the other variables within the given integrand will be considered constant beside other than variable y or other than variable x, whichever comes first. Then susunod yung next integral sign. Then same goes with this second one, integral of a to b and the integral of x1 to x2 of the functions of x and y with the differentials of y and the differential of x. We'll then have to integrate first the given integrand with respect to all variables considering y variable, such that other than y variable, such x will be considered as constant. After integrating it in terms of y, we'll then be integrating it in terms of x variable. Pero yung bagong definite lower limit and upper limit of that particular integration process will be considered in terms of the second, the first integral, definite integral of a to b. Then same goes with triple integration. Which comes first is dz, then susunod sa dy, then susunod sa dx. Then integrate with respect to z, all variables which contains variable z, or constants which contain variable z will be integrated, and other than that, other variables such as x and y will be considered as constant. Ganun lang naman yan. Parang ano lang to, step by step na solution. Kung ano yung nauna, yun yung una nating integrate. Then kung ano yung nahuli, doon tayo last mag-integrate with respect to the preceding integrated form. Okay? Pero hindi yan multiple integration constant, ha? Remember, it is already in a definite integral, so mawawala rin lang naman si integration constant. So for that, let us try to solve this particular problem. We only have two problems for this lecture for iterated integrals dahil madali lang naman siya. Kung ano yung nauna, yun lang naman tayo mag-integrate. So considering this particular integral or iterated integral, integrate has the integral of 0 to 1 with respect to the integral of x squared to x, such that you are now asked to integrate x dy dx over x squared plus y squared. Remember, kung ano yung differential variable na nauna, other than that, will be considered as constant. Okay? Nahin muna natin si the integral of x squared with respect to x. So remember, dy yung nauna. So all variables that is carrying variable y or constant that has variable y will be integrated with respect to y, and other than that, x and x squared will be considered as constant. So, isipin nyo na lang na constant yan, ha. Hindi ko pwedeng i-translate yan as equal to 1 kasi baka mawala tayo later on. So if that is constant, if x is constant, we could then easily extract x from this problem. Okay? Labas natin si x, iwan si dy, mamaya natin gagamitin si dx. Then x squared plus y squared. So if x is constant, therefore, this expression is the same as 1 squared plus y squared, right? If that is 1 squared plus y squared, remember your integration formula. That is formula 15. Right? Formula 15, transformation. That is 1 over a of arctan, such as u over a. Diba? Diba? Ang a natin is the constant 1 and ang u natin is your y. So we could then easily substitute that in that expression. That is x that is x of 1 over 1 is simply x, is x arctan, u is y, then a is again x, then plus c, then your upper and lower limit, which is x squared and x. Simplify muna natin dahil meron pa tayong x dun sa labas. That is cancel. So that is arctan y over x plus c of x squared x. Okay? Then substitute your upper and lower limits. Arctan for this first integrand, that is arctan. Remember, ang variable natin dito is y. So lahat yan, upper limit and lower limit, will be substituted to variable y, such as x is held as constant. So x, then substitute si upper limit minus arctan, substitute si lower limit, then over x. Simplify, we'll then have arctan 1 minus arctan x. Okay? So from that point, we could then now perform the second integration. That is with respect to variable x. Intindihan po kung paano tayo lumipat doon sa variable x? So we will then have to integrate this form, which is arctan 1 minus arctan x, with respect now to the differential of x. So gagamitin naman natin yung first integral sign, which is 0, which has limits of 0 to 1. Then substitute natin yung bagong integrated form, that is arctan 1 minus arctan x. Then, d. So, lahat na yan ay with respect to x. Diba? Naintindihan po ba yan? Hello? Of dx is over 1 squared plus x squared. A differential of arctan x is dx over 1 plus x squared. Integral of dv minus dx, dv equal to dx is simply x. By using by parts, that is now pi over 4 x minus u times v arctan x times v then arctan x minus the integral of v du, that is x du, which is what? Dx over 1 plus x squared, 0 to 1. You can then simplify that. Again, if we then differentiate this one, we will have 2x dx of du. So we will need to introduce a correcting factor of 1/2 to this side. Okay? So simplify again. That is pi over 4x minus x arctan x minus 1/2 of ln 1 plus x squared plus c. Then apply your upper and lower limits. Apply your upper limit, that is pi over 4 times 1 minus 1 arctan times 1. This is supposed to be 1/2. Kasi dinistribute natin si minus, then 1/2. Positive. Positive 1/2 ln of 1 plus 1 squared minus pi over 4 times 0 is 0. 0 times arctan 0 is also 0 plus 1/2 of ln 1 plus 0 squared. Ln of 1 is also 0. Okay? This is pi over 4 arctan 1 is simply pi over 4 times 1 pi over 4 minus pi over 4 is 0. So, ang matitira is simply 1/2 ln 1 plus 1 squared is 2. So, this will serve as our final answer. From differential with respect to variable y, then differential with respect to variable x. So with this, the double integration form of this integrand is 1/2 ln x, given with the following limits. Bilisan ko na baka may quiz kayo, na-istorbo ko quiz nyo eh. Now, for the second example, integration of 0 to pi over 4 of integration of 2 sine theta up to 2 cosine theta, then integration of 0 to r sine theta, and the integrand now is r squared cosine theta dz dr and d theta. Okay, for your last example, integration with respect to 0 to pi over 4 and with integration of 2 sine theta and 2 cosine theta, and integrate it from 0 to r sine theta with the first integrand form of r squared cosine theta dz dr d theta. So kunin muna natin yung first integral form, that is with respect to 0r sine theta. Tapos ang integrand natin is r squared cosine theta. Then the first variable we need to consider is the differential of variable z. So walang ibang z variable within the given integrand and the limits. So basically the integrand will be considered as a constant in this part. So cosine theta, r squared cosine theta of 0 to r sine theta, then dz. So dz. So we'll then integrate differential z, which is basically now r squared cosine theta times z plus c. Then apply your upper and lower limit of 0 to r sine theta. Upper limit r squared. Remember that our variable concern here is variable z. So substitute your upper limit and lower limit only to the variable z. Cosine theta times z, which is upper limit of r sine theta, minus r squared of cosine theta times 0. So cancel na yon. That is r cube of cosine theta sine theta. So next integrand form that we need to consider is now integral of 2 sine theta of 2 cosine theta, this time with the integrand form of r cube. That is r cube. R cube. With the integrand of r cube cosine theta times sine theta with respect to variable dr. So, lahat ng terms that has no variable r will be considered constant. Okay? So, other than that, variable r will be then integrate. So, ilabas lang natin si cosine theta at saka si sine theta. Then, integrate, kasi constant siya with respect to r. Integrate with respect to 2 sine theta of 2 cosine theta such that our variable concern is r cubed dr. So with that, that is an integrand of r cubed dr. So we'll then perform power formula. So cosine theta of sine theta, power formula, r cubed, so 3 plus 1, that is r raised to the 4th, all over 4. All over 4 plus c, then substitute your upper and lower limit, 2 sine theta and 2 cosine theta. Remember our variable concern is 2 cosine is variable r. So we'll then only need to substitute our upper and lower limit only to variable r. Okay, that is cosine theta of sine theta times 2 cosine theta upper limit raised to the 4th all over 4 minus cosine theta of sine theta times 2 sine theta raised to the 4th all over 4. Okay. From that, we can simplify that one as equal now to tanggalin lang natin si 1/4. 1/4 cosine theta of sine theta, parehas yung terms. Basically, that is 2 cosine theta raised to the 4th minus 2 sine theta raised to the 4th. Then simplify again. Labas natin si 2, that is 1/4 times 2 raised to the 4th of cosine theta times sine theta times cosine raised to the 4th theta minus sine raised to the 4th theta. Okay? Simplify nyo ulit yan. Simplify natin ulit. That is 1/4 times 2 raised to the 4th. That is Ilan? That is 4. 4 cosine theta of sine theta of cosine raised to the fourth theta minus sine raised to the fourth theta. Okay. Yan na yung bago nating integrand that will then be integrated with respect to an upper and lower limit of 0 to pi over 4 and with variable theta. So this is now 4 cosine, our new integrand is 4 cosine theta times sine theta times cosine raised to the fourth theta minus sine raised to the fourth theta, then d theta. So with that, other variables beside theta will be held as constant. Distribute lang natin, labas natin si 4, 0 to pi over 4 cosine theta sine theta times cosine raised to the fourth theta, that is cosine raised to the fifth theta times sine theta minus cosine theta sine theta times sine raised to the fourth theta, that is simply cosine theta times sine raised to the fifth theta times d theta. So with that, pwede mo nang mas-simplify that. Remember that if we consider, diretsuhin ko na, the differential of u, the u considering cosine theta, du is simply negative sine theta. Then perform power rule with this exponent. Then u on the second term is sine theta. Then du of that term is positive cosine theta. So makakancel si cosine theta. Cancel si cosine theta, then si sine theta, then perform power rule to this exponent. Okay? Then distribute your constant of 4. So 4 this time is now equal times negative cosine raised to the 6th theta all over 6 minus sine raised to the 6th theta all over 6 plus c, then apply your upper and lower limit 0 to pi over 4. Simplify ko muna yung ating integrated form. Labas ko lang si 1/6 or negative 1/6 times 4 is negative 4 over 6 times positive cosine raised to the 6th theta plus sine raised to the 6th theta plus c of 0 to pi over 4. Parehas lang naman. Labas natin si negative 6, negative 1/6, negative cosine raised to 6 over 6 minus. Parehas lang. Simplify, that is negative 2/3. Then, substitute your upper limit, which is cosine raised to the 6 of pi over 4 plus sine raised to the 6 of pi over 4 minus the lower limit of cosine 0 minus, distribute ko na, minus a sine 0. Okay? That is 1 and that is 0. And lastly, ito ko na ilalagay, negative 2/3 cosine of pi over 4 raised to 6 is simply 1/8. And sine of pi over 4 raised to 6, parehas lang sila, is cosine, that is positive 1 over 8. Then cosine of 0 is positive 1. So minus 1 minus 0. Sine of 0 is 0. Then simplify that. Gives us negative 2/3 times negative 3/4, which is now equal to positive 1/2. So this will serve now as our final answer for this triple integration problem. Okay? Naintindihan po ba?
Yes, sir.
So for your exercise problem, try to solve this one. Number 3. Try to solve on your own. Evaluate a given triple integration problem. First integrand or integration is pi over 6 to pi over 2. And with respect to integration of 0 to y, and with respect to integration of y to pi minus y. The first integrand form is sine of x minus y times dz, dx, and dy. Okay, on your own, try to solve that problem. And again, announcement. Tap ko na yung